Okay, I am going to be creating a new folder for today. 16 by 8. Okay. See, what was the last topic? We are actually working on style preferences, which style is going to be loading first. If you are having inline style sheet, internal style sheet, or external style sheet, which is going to be loading first, we already discussed it. And after that, if you have a class selector, if you have an ID selector, if you have a tag selector, which selector is going to be launching first to the browser. Okay, which selector is going to be coming first? If you have three things like a group, you have a ID, you have a class, you have a tag. Which is the first preference, guys?
ID selector.
Exactly. So if ID selector is not there, then you have to go for class selector. Okay. So most of the time people will use class selector in CSS. ID will be used in JavaScript selection. JavaScript get element by ID, some kind of thing. ID is basically an EQ, but class names you can give or you can mention a number of names of the classes. So that is fine. So for today onwards, I'm going to be working with a lot of properties in the part of the CSS. So later we will discuss about selectors, all the selectors and all. Okay, how to apply color, how to apply background color. Okay, so how to apply the font properties, what are the different kind of font properties we have, and what are the different kind of text properties we have. We try to work on all these properties one by one. Okay, so whenever you go for color and background color and background color, I'm talking about color and background color. Okay, so color is the property and background color is another property. Basically, for these two properties, majorly we need to follow in the multiple ways. So color for text color. Color for text. Color is the property which is working on text. Color is the property which will work on text. Okay. One more property is the background color. Background color is the property which will work on backgrounds. Which will work on backgrounds. Background of any element. You take a body, you take a paragraph, you take a heading, you take a form, you take a table. For any kind of element, there is one background available. Background is nothing but I will show how the background color will work and how color will work. Okay. Background color is the property which will work on backgrounds. That's it. Color is the property which will work on text. That is the important thing here we have to remember. And one more important point. These two properties, color and background color. Color and background color will be providing in multiple ways. Will be provided in multiple ways. Multiple ways. Okay, so what are the ways? Basically, from CSS2, CSS have two versions basically. One is the CSS2, one is the CSS3. From CSS2, you can give a basic ones like color with name. The first property is color with name. You can specify names of the colors. See, color with name means what are the different kind of names? Something like red you can give, green you can give, blue you can give. Color with names something like this. Orange you can give, black you can give, and brown you can give. This is something like a name. By name you can give the colors. And one more way for applying color with RGB values. RGB values. What this meaning of RGB is? R means red. G means green. Combination, RGB combination value. B means B. B means blue. See here, a very important thing is color with RGB value combination. RGB value combination. Combination is something like, see, when you apply color, for example, I want to apply color with RGB function. In this RGB function, you have to give the red value, and you have to give the green value, and we have to give the blue value. So 3 values we have to give. 3 parameters. In this RGB function, we have 3 parameters. First parameter is red, second parameter is green, third parameter is blue. Okay, so how this value will be? What is the number for the RGB? RGB value always between 0 to 255 range. RGB value should be available in range of 0 to 255, in middle of 0 to 255. Red value should be available from 0 to 255, and the green value also 0 to 255, and blue value also 0 to 255. Only in between 0 to 255 the value available. Got my point? Got to understand what this RGB is? Red, green, blue parameters. A red value should be available 0 to 255. The minimum value is 0, maximum value is 255. The same time green also minimum is 0, maximum is 255. Even blue value also minimum is 0, maximum is 255. For example, I just want to give a RGB value, RGB of 0, 0, 0. Imagine what is the color for this? Imagine what is the color? I am giving red value 0, blue value 0, green value 0. What is the color? Guess.
White?
No, black. It's a pure black color. When I say a full value of RGB, mix with 255, 255, 255, full color of red, full color of green, full color of blue. So red, green, blue, 255, 255, 255, maximum value if I am providing. If I am giving the maximum value to 55, this will be white color. Okay. Imagine RGB of 255, 0, 0. What is the value? Imagine. What is the value for this color? What is the color for this value?
Red.
It's red, basically full red. There is no green, there is no blue. There is no combination of green and blue. Then automatically it will be the red color. Okay. So next you tell me RGB of 0, 255, 0. 0, 255, 0. Green.
Green.
Then RGB of 0, 0, 255.
Blue.
Blue, obviously, this will be blue. See, this is the RGB combination. Whenever you want to pick up some combination of RGB, okay, let me go for the Google and search for RGB colors. Go for RGB colors. You can go for colors in RGB. Okay. So you can give the value. So you can pick up the value here. For example, I want to pick up this color. What is the RGB for this? Green, I want this much. And red, I want this much. And blue, I want this much. What is the color combination? Can you see what is the combination of RGB here? 68, 144, 173. For example, red is like this. And green is this much. And blue is this much. Or blue is this much. Now, what is the color combination here? If you want to get this particular color, what is the RGB combination? Can you see and observe what is the RGB combination here? 212, 74, and 48. Is it clear how to pick up RGBs and all? RGB combination always should be between 0 to 255. Remember it. Clear all the points. And let me go for this. Everybody got to understand what is this RGB combination is?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the way,
Yes,
the third way is hex value. Hex value. So what this hex value is? Hex value is basically a combination of numbers and digits. Combination of numbers and digits. No. Characters and number digits. Characters and number digits. Okay, so what this number digit is? Number digits. Okay, so what the characters here? Characters, something like characters. What are the characters? Alphabets, A to Z. You can provide A to Z characters. And number digits. Number digits. What are the number digits you can give? Number digits. So these number digits will be 0 to 9. Okay. So it is the combination of character and number digits. One more thing. We need to provide maximum. We need to provide maximum six options or six, six places. We need to provide only 6 places with the hash preference. Okay, it may be something like, for example, if I want to provide something hash 0000 FF. Imagine what is the color here? This will be blue. If I provide hash FF0000, imagine what is the color here? Red. If you give hash FF, sorry, 0000 FF. FF00. Imagine what is the color here? Hash FF 6 FF. Then it will be the pure white. If I provide hash 000000, it will be the pure black. Exactly. So the combination is very, very important. See, I just want to give my trial. I just want to give something like a hash F00 F0 F0. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6. I given this one. So what is the color for this? I don't know what is the color for this, but I want to check what is the color of this. Okay, just take this value and give in a Google. Copy it. Ask for Google. Ask to Google. So what is the combination? What is this combination? Can you say what is the combination of that one? Hash F00 F0 F. So where the mark you have? Can you see where the mark is available here?
Yes.
The mark was already picked up some value. Okay, so let me go for this one. Hash 804141. This is the value. Okay, this one. Hash, can you see hex value? This is hex value. This is called hex value. Okay. Okay, you may ask a question, sir, what is this hex meaning is? Okay, nobody will ask you what is the hex meaning. Hex meaning in CSS. Okay, you can give hex meaning. Hex means nobody is going to be giving hexadecimal, something like hexadecimal color codes. Hex means hexadecimal color codes. Okay, fine. So in this way also you can provide colors. That is one. And coming to the CSS3, I'll come to the CSS3 later. Basically, in CSS3 also you can provide with one more thing, something like RGBA, something like HSL colors, and one more is HSLA. So you can provide colors like this also in CSS3. Okay, CSS3 later we will discuss. Now I am going with CSS2 and advanced CSS. I will go through after CSS2 complete. Okay, later we will discuss about all these things. Now come to the example. I'll take a simple example how these colors will be applied for your HTML content. Let me go for the Visual Studio Code now. Visual Studio Code. That's one. opening Visual Studio Code. And inside this Visual Studio Code, I want to open today's folder 16 by 8. Okay, close all the nodes. Save here. Here also this should be saved. Okay, let me open the folder. Let me open the folder. Go to File, Open Folder. And today date is 16 by 8. Select the folder. Okay. So in 16 by 8, I have CSS nodes here. That is fine. And I want to create a new file now. I want to create a new file now. Control N and save it as color and bg color. Color and bg color.html. Okay. So how to provide colors? For example, I will take a H1 web dev. And for this H1, I want to write some CSS. Let me write internal CSS for this. Style open, style close. For this H1, I want to give a color. Color with name I am providing first. Color with name aqua. Aqua is the text color basically. And background color, let me give the background color brown. See where the background color is providing and where the color is providing for this H1, you try to observe this. Let me right click on this and open in a default browser. Can you please check and observe where color got applied, where background color got applied for this H1? Color for what color? Color for text color. Color for text, you can observe color for text basically. Color is applying on text. Background color is applying for element BG, element background. Photo frame background, some color. And text, we have some color. So for text, whatever the color is applying, that is color property. For BG, whatever the color is applying, like brown, that is the background of the particular element. Okay, you can give H2 now. Let me give the H2. Okay, let me give the full stack web application. Okay, and I can give H3 here and mon stack web application or Python web application, whatever it is. Let me go for H2 now. For H2, what I want to do is I want to go with the color with RGB, background color with RGB. Let me go for color. This time I am providing the RGB function. See, I told you RGB is the combination of what? RGB is the combination of what? Tell me, sir. RGB is the combination of
Red, green, blue.
Red, green, blue. That's it. And the background color I am providing. Background color. Let me take same RGB. You can take RGB here. What RGB color I can give is 0, 0. 0, 0, 0 is what color? Black color. Okay. So on top of the black, blue will come. That is fine. Now see the application. So you're already having H2 now. And which is going to be having, H2 is going to be having some text color. And H2 is going to be having some background color. Some text color, some background color. But this time, I am writing with RGB. Okay, this is also fine. See, based on the application recommendation, based on your development process, you have to give the names or you have to give the RGBs or you have to give the hash values. See, they will provide a document. Suppose, for example, Paytm application is there. Paytm application is actually following some color codes. Axis Bank application is there. They will follow some color codes. SBI application is there. They will follow some color codes. And Facebook application is there. Facebook, they will follow some color codes. based on the requirement, based on the documentation, you have to follow the colors. But in the practice, you can apply anything. In real time, what is the font they required? What is the font family they required? What is the color they required? And what is the size they required? Each and everything in the documentation, it will be available. Project manager, team lead, you can follow the project manager, you can follow the team lead basically. They will give you the documentation for the project guidelines. Got my point? And for the H3 now, for the H3, I will go with the X values. Now, X value is something like a hash codes 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah. This will be the blue color. Let me go 0, 0, F, 0, 0. This will be the green color. Okay, so here color, background color. This time it is background. Now again hex value, hex hash. Better I can go with 0, 0, 0. On top of the green blue. Okay, fine. Let me check it out how this is going to be executing for me. You can see. This time I am going to be providing with the hex value. H1 we are giving with color with names. For H2 we are applying RGB colors. For H3 we are providing hex values. Is it clear? How to apply color with names, how to apply color with RGB, how to apply color with the hex. 3 things we provide. Is there any questions on this? On colors and background colors?
Sir, why are we using
Hash. Why we are using?
FF in hexadecimal, sir?
See, I already told you. This hex value always a combination of what? Can you see the notes here? Hex value is combination of what? Characters and numbers. That is the very reason I am giving F. See, you can give anything.
Does it indicate something, sir?
You can give anything, sir. See, for example,
Okay.
Let me go with hex hash AA. What is the color for this? It may be some color. Okay, so this is the actually 6 A's. Only I am providing characters. I am not giving numbers. It may be a combination of characters and numbers. I can give the numbers here. Whatever it may be. So it will give some color code. See, it will give this color code basically. A 0, 0. This is the color came. A 0, 0, 0, 0. But only 6 digits. You can give combination of characters and digits, or you can give only digits, or you can give only characters. That is not an issue. But we have to follow 6 values, 6 places. Can you see and observe? 6 places are available here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in that way you have to give the colors. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, fine. Next, I want to move to the another properties, font properties. Let me go for the font properties. What are the different kind of font properties we have? The one is font family. The one is font size. The one is font weight. The one is font style. These are the 4 properties we have for the font. How many font properties we have? Font family, font size, font weight, font style. Remember. Okay. Font family. Font family is web font names. Web font names, something like Arial. Okay, so Taoma, Times. You know Times New Roman, right? Most people know about Times. Yeah. So like this, there are multiple names we have. Web fonts we have. You can take any font family, that is not an issue. So how many font families which are in? Yeah, there are many things. I am not actually writing all the numbers. Yeah. Font family is something like a font, web font name. web font name. And font size is basically, you can give font sizes something like size of the font. Size of the font. Size of the font you can specify with the multiple ways. You can specify with pixels, px. You can specify with the name. Names means you can give large, you can give larger, you can give small, you can give smaller, and you can give this is font. You can give XL, X small, double X small, and X large. See, these are the multiple names we have. You can provide any one of the name for the font size. That is not an issue. Next, font weight. Font weight is basically thickness of the font. Thickness of the font. Thickness of the font is basically font weight. The size of the person. Okay, size of the person is font weight. Thickness of the font. See, thickness of the font you can give small things basically. One is a none you can provide. One is a bold you can provide. One is a bolder you can provide. And one more is initial you can give. Initial, I will tell what is initial is. Initial. Inherit you can provide. Inherit. See, what is the meaning of initial and inherit? I will tell. Initial means browser default style. Browser default style. Browser default weight it will take. And inherit means inheriting from parent element. Inheriting from parent element. That is basically inherit concept. Inherit property. Initial property is basically coming from browser default. Initial is browser default. For example, every browser have their own settings. For example, if I am taking my browser is going to be having my browser own settings, right? See, I can go for browser settings and I can able to check what is the font weight, what is the font size, all these things in the font properties. Can you go with the font properties? What is the font fonts you can go? What is the default font size I am using here? 16.
Times New Roman.
No. That is font family. That is font family. Font size is this one. Okay, so these are the default things. Default things are actually coming from initial property. When you say initial, default will take. When I say inherit, it will take from the parent element. Parent element is the division, or parent element is the form. Got my point? Inside the form, we have a label. When I say inherit for the label, automatically it will inheriting from the form. Form is the super element for the label. Got my point? If I am taking a form, inside the form I am taking a label. Okay, for label I am saying a property called inherit. That inherit is going to be coming from the form level. Form level is the parent level. For example, form have none property or form have a bold property. When I am giving form bold property, automatically the same bold will apply for the label also. Got my point? Got my point? Parent, whatever the property which is available for the parent, that will be transferring to the child also. Parent level style will be transformed to child level. Is it clear? What about inherit is? See, when I come to the program, I will show that. When I come to the program, I will show that. Can I go for the program? Font size, font weight, and one more thing is what? Font family. And the last property for the font is font style. Style of the font. Style of the font. Okay, so here one is the none, one is the italic, one is initial, one is the inherit. Only 4 things we have. Okay. Let me go with the program, then you can understand how these font properties are going to be working for. Take a new program and save it as font properties. Font properties. .html. Okay, let's take a paragraph. Okay, for this paragraph, I want to apply multiple font properties. The first font property is what? Font family. Okay, that is for paragraph. T font family. What is the font family? There are multiple font families here. You can able to see. Visual Studio Code is actually giving a lot of web fonts here. Okay, let me go for the Cambria. And one more thing is font size. Font size. I can specify the font size. Can you see the names here? Large, larger, medium, small, smaller, X large, X small, XX large. And you can give the percentage mode. You can give the pixel mode. See, there are multiple ways you can provide the font size. Okay, let me give the font size 30 pixel or 20 pixel. Pixels also you can give. One is the font weight. Font weight. I already told you there is a number you can provide, or bold you can give, bolder you can give, lighter you can give, normal you can give. Let me give bolder. And font style. Let me give the italic style. Italic is there, initial is there, inherit is there. You can give italic. See, you want a list of the properties. I will tell you how to check out the different properties of this. Let me right click on this. Open and default tools. You can go and see this paragraph which is applying with the multiple font properties. And one more paragraph is there. That paragraph is not having any font properties. This paragraph which is working with the font properties. Is it clear? This paragraph which is working with the font properties. Okay, for this paragraph, I want to give a class called 1. Okay, let me give the dot 1. So I'm just working with the class selector here. I am working with the class selector. Okay, let me take another paragraph. T and lower. For the another paragraph, no style is applying. For the first paragraph, I given a class. By the class, I'm writing the CSS. But for the second paragraph, I'm not writing any style. Okay, so what about the second paragraph style is? Can you see the difference between the first paragraph and second paragraph? Can you see the difference between the first paragraph and second paragraph? The first paragraph, which is going to be having a lot of font properties. The second paragraph, we don't have any font properties. Sir, the session is going to be ending in 1 minute. Please join one more time immediately, okay? Everybody got to understand. The session is going to be ending in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Please join one more time immediately. Okay, so that is a way of font properties, how to work with the font properties and all. Then other thing, we have a lot of text properties also. Let's try to write down multiple kind of text properties. What are the different kind of text properties we have? Okay, so let me go for the notes. Go to notes. Text properties. What are the different kind of text properties? I will tell you. The one is text decoration, text indent, text align, text transform,